It's Blackout Day 2020, people. This is Jalissa Joy, and welcome to my channel. So this is my segment called Say Something, because I got something to say. Calvin Martyr is the creator of Blackout Day, or the originator. He has a website and everything he's been posting about on social media, and it's gotten a lot of following and a lot of support. I am in full support of this, people. It is the one day in America where Black people are not supposed to spend $1. People tend not to care about issues until it directly affects them. So when you hit the pockets of companies, it creates like a trickle-down effect. So it disrupts their ability to pay their employees, pay themselves. If you don't have any money, then how are you eating? How are you working? How are you living? Not only will we physically protest, but we will protest with our dollar as well. And that's very key and very important, because finances have are a really important part of the American system, and is a really important part of the context in regards to racism and slavery. I'm gonna get into a little bit of that later on in this video. But some people have made additions to Blackout Day. I found out on the 3rd it was Blackout Week. Like, Blackout Week, I didn't know nothing about no Blackout Week. I felt bad. I was like, oh my God, how did I not know about Blackout Week? Where have I been? What have I been doing? Why have I not been in support? And I happened to come across a post by Erykah Badu. And reading what Erykah Badu said, it really calmed me, because at that moment I realized, quite frankly, we're all different people. So what we choose to do to support is always going to be completely different. You know, I might vibe with Blackout Day. Maybe there is somebody that doesn't vibe with Blackout Day that is still in support of the movement, but maybe they can't support Blackout Day for whatever reason, like they're not able to not spend anything. And so they may do something different to show their support, and that's okay, because we should all be able to support how we want to. And I think also, if we get too caught up in, oh, well, you're not doing this and you're not doing that, if we get too caught up in that, it can distract away from the original intent. Some historical context about finances that I told you guys I was going to get into. My mom told me something about, in the UK in 2015, they just finished paying off their debt to slaveholders. People, what? So I had to check this out. I had to do some, I had to get on my local computer, I had to do some research, I had to look it up. The Slave Compensation Act of 1837 is a real thing. So what they did is they decided to give money to slaveholders in the UK. And it was such a large amount that the country has been paying off that debt for almost 200 years, people. Almost 200 years paying off a debt to slaveholders. Okay. And so what I thought about is, did this happen in America? I feel like this happened in America. I feel like I remember it happened in America, like learning that in school. It's because it did happen in America. DC Emancipation Act of 1862, people. So President Lincoln signed this, and he did this before he'd even signed the Emancipation Proclamation for all slaves. Feel me? So before the Emancipation Proclamation happened, he had already figured out how to give money to slaveholders in DC. So the amount was about $300, and in today's world, that's about $7,300. And the biggest payout was $18,000, which comes up to around $400,000 of today's money. People, that's almost $500,000 for giving up slaves. They had already figured out, like, that they was gonna give reparations to slaveholders before they even signed the Emancipation Proclamation. But whenever Black people bring up reparations, it's an issue. People, let me just talk about that for a moment. Reparations. 40 acres and a mule. Where is it? Where did it go? But here we go, 2020, we got the HEROES Act, and that's trillions of dollars for all Americans. But yeah, we're not able to give reparations to some Americans. Trash. Absolute trash. Okay, moving on to Breonna Taylor. So recently it came out that, and we don't know if this is true yet, these are allegations, just want to make that completely clear. Recently it came out that potentially her death was involved with a Louisville gentrification plan. People, that's money. That's money and land, money, white folks, and land. And if that's true, which it could be, because we've known in America with American history and the police system and moving people, you know, white flight, redlining, all of these topics and issues are very intertwined and they all relate to finances. Again, finances are very important to the American society. I'm going to move on from that. So Starbucks. I don't know if you know about Starbucks, but I know about what happened with Starbucks. But I'll say it here. So with Starbucks, they sent out a private message to their employees to not wear Black Lives Matter stuff, paraphernalia. Okay, but I can wear anything else. I can wear things support LGBTQ. I can do all these other things, but for Black Lives Matter, I can't wear it. Somebody leaked it, clearly. That's why we know. And then they retracted their statement. Do I believe Starbucks cares about Black people? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I got a Starbucks gift card right now, people. Right now, I got a Starbucks gift card, and I'm thinking about going to them and be like, can you give me my money back? Because y'all are racist. You're a racist corporation. But what I want to make a point is they changed because they didn't want it to affect their business. This Blackout Day is very important because if we show everyone that we're serious, even if they're not of pure heart right now, in the future, it won't matter because people won't know the difference. What will matter is the fact that they see that these companies are in support, so that they will then be in support. People, other people, white people, other ethnicities that are not Black people, they are important. Our allies are important. Now, I'm gonna get on my little soapbox about allies. That word, it's just a little weird to me, okay? I'm gonna be honest, because allies imply that someone is coming to help me for a mutual benefit. I don't like that. I heard of this white woman using the term accomplice. I do vibe with this term more because it feels like, yeah, we doing something together. But accomplice also implies that you committing a crime, and I'm helping Black folks is not committing a crime. Okay, stopping racism is not committing a crime. But I see what she was saying. You know, what I've found that feels better for me to use is comrade. Comrade to me signifies that we are equal. First of all, we're both on the same playing field and we're working together to solve an issue, because racism and inequality is everyone's issue. It's not a Black person's issue, okay? So this idea that like, oh, I'm your ally, I'm coming to help you. Yeah, but like the reason why we having these issues is because people in your camp have a problem with people in my camp. So it seemed like we got the same problem, just different sides of the coin. So there is no ally about it. We working together to solve an issue. So comrades, that's what I'm gonna call them. But these people are very important, and sometimes I feel like we leave them out and we don't. I mean, there is something about that, but even with the protests and everyone saying that it's different, it's because other people joined in. People that are not Black people joining in. And I think that, not that we need other people, but it's, if the more voices and the more support that we can have, the better and quicker that we can create and execute our mission as a people. With the corporations, yes, it's great, you know, to all Black people not spending money in America, to show, you know, to speak to them, speak to power. But what if, you know, not only the Black people, but people in support of, you know, Black people's rights and this, that, and the third, if they also do not spend money in America? Well, then that's something. That's something too, because they don't know what they're going to do. They're going to see that they have to be in support. They have to change their company, guidelines and all this kind of stuff to make it better for everyone. So in closing, people, I want to let you know, please, 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 don't spend $1 in America on Blackout Day 2020. That's all you got to do. That's it. That's it. Save your money. Save those coins. It's such a simple thing to do. With everything that I've said, I also have a matching blog post because, again, people, with every single Say Something segment post, there is going to be a matching blog post on my blog. The link will be in the description. It will have all of the links to the articles and the pictures and everything that I'm discussing about throughout this video. Also, like, comment, and subscribe, and share. Please, if you like what I'm saying, like it. If you feel like somebody need to hear it, share it. If you got something to say back to me, comment. And if you want to see more, subscribe. All right, have a beautiful day. Jalissa Joy out.